The 75-year-old man who was pushed by Buffalo police is still recovering in the hospital tonight, but President Trump is now pushing a conspiracy theory that suggests it may have all been an act. This morning, the president tweeted, without evidence, that the protester identified as Martin Gugino could be an ANTIFA provocateur who appeared to scan police communications in order to black out the equipment. The president added, "I watched. He fell harder than was pushed. Could be a setup?" The president apparently got the idea from this report from a conservative pro-Trump online news organization called One America News Network.
One America's Christian Rose looks into the matter.
The New York Times is reporting the correspondent for the story, Christian Rose, has also worked for Sputnik, a Kremlin-controlled news outlet. And in the report, Rose cites the conservative Treehouse as a source, a website which describes its staff as a ragtag bunch of conservative misfits.
According to the conservative Treehouse Saturday, 75-year-old protester Martin Gugino, shoved by the Buffalo police at last week's protest, is a well-known activist bragging on social media about far-left views. The newly released videos appear to show Gugino using a police tracker on his phone, trying to scan police communications during the protest. The tactic known as skimming is an old trick used by ANTIFA to locate police officers and plan violent activities.
It's all made up. It's all fabricated.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said there's no reason to doubt Gugino, who is a peace activist and has been praised for his work with the poor. Cuomo slammed the president.
What do you think it was? It was staged? Do you think the blood coming out of his head was staged? Is that what you're saying? You saw his head hit the pavement. You see blood on the pavement. Maybe he fell harder than he was pushed. How reckless, how irresponsible, how mean, how crude. I mean, if there was ever a reprehensible, dumb comment, and from the President of the United States, at this moment of anguish and anger, what does he do? Pours gasoline on the fire.
Today, Republican senators had little to say on the matter.
What do you make of the president's tweet this morning? And does the president need to be more cautious about what he tweets? Do you think that the president needs to be more careful about potentially tweeting conspiracy theories here?
So no real response to it?
Majority Leader McConnell, do you have any response to the president's tweet this morning?
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell made no comment as he walked past news cameras this morning. Later, he declined to answer the question.
Tweeting about this Buffalo protester, we saw him on video.
By choosing to answer a different one.
Well, as I said, what we've been talking about here in the Senate Republican Conference is what we think is the appropriate response to the events of the last few weeks.
And he did it twice.
What about the president's tweet, though? Was that appropriate, sir?
As I said, we are discussing in the Senate Republican Conference what response we think is appropriate to the events of the last 2 weeks. And once Senator Scott and his team decide what to recommend, we'll let you know.
One senator did answer the question directly, Utah Senator Mitt Romney.
Yeah, I saw the tweet. It was a shocking thing to say, and I won't dignify it with any further comment.
Now, while Senator McConnell did not answer the question put to him, what he was actually referring to with the answer he chose is a prison reform plan that he and other Republican senators are in the process of putting together, though no details have been released yet. Let's go back to you.